Did you know your old age security payment is getting a boost this July without you doing a thing? But what does a 1% increase really mean for your wallet? Are you getting everything you're entitled to or missing out? Don't worry, we are here to update you on the official OAS payment amounts for July to September 2025, just revealed by the Canadian government. We'll break down who qualifies, how much you can expect, and how the latest 1% increase could impact your monthly retirement income. Chapter 1. Who qualifies for OAS in 2025? To qualify for old age security in 2025, you must be at least 65 years old and have lived in Canada for at least 10 years after turning 18. The longer you've lived here, the more you can get, up to the full OAS amount if you've been a resident for 40 years or more. Even if you haven't worked or paid taxes in Canada, you can still qualify. For example, if you immigrated to Canada at 45 and turned 65 in 2025, you've got 20 years of residency, so you may be eligible for half the full OAS amount. Your OAS payment also depends on your net income. That's your income after deductions, as reported on your tax return. If you're between 65 and 74 years old and your net income is under 142,609 Canadian dollars, you can receive up to 727 Canadian dollars and 67 cents per month. If you're 75 or older, the full OAS payment goes up to 800 Canadian dollars and 44 cents per month, as long as your income is under 148,179 Canadian dollars. These amounts are the maximums. What you actually get depends on your income and residency history. But these amounts are adjusted every quarter to keep up with inflation based on the Consumer Price Index. The idea is to help your OAS keep pace with rising costs, like groceries, rent, and gas. However, since prices didn't rise over the last 3 months, your old age security payment stayed the same for the April to June 2025 quarter. But now that we're moving into the July to September quarter, can we expect an increase? Chapter 2. The July-September 2025 update. Starting July 2025, OAS payments are going up by 1%. This increase brings the total year-over-year raise to about 2.3% compared to last summer. That means your new payment could look something like this. If you're between 65 and 74 years old, your monthly payment could rise from 727 Canadian dollars and 67 cents to around 734 Canadian dollars and 95 cents. If you're 75 or older, your monthly OAS could jump from 800 Canadian dollars and 44 cents to about 808 Canadian dollars and 44 cents. Over 12 months, that's an extra 94 Canadian dollars to 96 Canadian dollars a year in your pocket, without doing anything extra. This increase also helps protect your buying power. Inflation may not be sky high in 2025, but even small boosts like this help cover daily essentials. These quarterly increases are automatic. You don't need to apply, just keep your taxes up to date and meet the income and residency requirements. But even with these increases, some of your OAS might get clawed back if your income is too high. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Chapter 3. How to avoid the clawback. The clawback is a recovery tax, and it kicks in if your net annual income is too high. For example, for the 2025 tax year, the clawback starts when your income goes over 93,454 Canadian dollars if you're aged 75 or older. That means for every dollar you earn above this amount, 15 cents will be taken back from your OAS benefits. So how do you avoid it? It's all about managing your taxable income. Some people delay their OAS until after 65 to avoid crossing that income threshold. Others shift some of their savings into non-taxable accounts, like a TFSA. Remember, your OAS is considered taxable income, but benefits like GIS and the survivor allowance are not taxed. There are also extra benefits available, like the guaranteed income supplement. If you're single and made less than 22,056 Canadian dollars, you could receive up to 1,086 Canadian dollars and 88 cents per month on top of your OAS. Married couples also get help, but how much you get depends on your total household income and whether your spouse is also getting OAS or GIS. And if you're between 60 and 64, you may qualify for something called the allowance, or the allowance for the survivor. These payments are not taxed, so it's money that goes straight into your pocket. That's why lower-income seniors often qualify for more overall. But don't worry if all the numbers sound confusing. There's actually a much simpler way to figure out what you'll get. Chapter 4. What is the OAS Estimator Tool? Service Canada has an OAS Benefits Estimator, a simple online tool that shows how much OAS and guaranteed income supplement you can expect to receive. You enter your age, residency, and estimated income, and the tool gives you your personal monthly benefit amount. It's fast, free, and surprisingly accurate, but it doesn't guarantee that you'll qualify or that you'll get the exact amount estimated. But it's important to plan ahead. In 2025, if you're 65 or older and have lived in Canada for at least 10 years, you likely qualify for OAS. The new July-September update brings a 1% increase, putting more money in your pocket. And with the new OAS Estimator tool, figuring out what you'll get has never been easier. Just remember, if your income goes too high, you might face the clawback, so staying informed is key. Even a few dollars over the limit can cost you hundreds in lost OAS payments over the year. So, plan-wise. If you found this helpful, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and share it with someone who needs to know about these 2025 OAS changes. It could make a real difference in their retirement planning. Remember, everything here comes straight from official sources like the Government of Canada. But keep in mind that this video is for informational purposes only. For personalized advice, always check in with a licensed financial advisor or visit canada.ca to stay up to date with the latest changes.